Mazi Nnamdi Kanu pens open letter alleged judicial misconduct. Good morning, everyone, and thank you for tuning in and listening to this headline that we got in this morning. As a headline for this morning says that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu pens open letter alleged judicial misconduct. Well, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has released an open letter detailing that he describes as a serial executive and judicial fraud since his extraordinary rendition in 2021. In the open letter dated February 14, 2025, Kanu outlined 5 key points of contention with Nigerian judicial system, being with a 2017 Federal High Court ruling, Abuja ruling, that declared the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB not an unlawful group. He alleges that the former Attorney General Abubakar Malami and late Abakayari converted proper legal channels and later prescribed IPOB through an ex parte proceedings. Kanu referenced an October 26, 2022 Federal High Court declaration that deemed his rendition and detention unconstitutional. The court had ordered the federal government to apologize and compensate him for violations of his fundamental rights. Further citing an October 13, 2022 Court of Appeal ruling, Kanu detailed how the court found his rendition from Kenya violated international and state laws. He claimed that the federal government refused to comply with the judgment, instead obtaining a stay of execution through what he terms questionable means. The IPOB leader also points to a December 15, 2023 Supreme Court decision that found his bail revocation improper and highlighted judicial bias. Despite this, Kanu said his bail was not restored. Well, in his final point, Kanu describes events from September 24, 2024, where a judge rescued herself from his case. He alleges that instead of reassigning his case to a new judge, the chief judge of the Federal High Court sent it back to the same rescued judge. Kanu concludes by asserting that he will not participate in any trial to meet constitutional standard, saying he would rather remain in detention than face what he considers as unfair judicial process. Well, going further, the open letter by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Greetings to all men and women of goodwill in Nigeria, elsewhere in the world. I have been compelled by the events of the past few days to take the unusual step of writing this open letter for the singular purpose of calling the attention of the general public to the serial executive and judicial fraud being perpetrated against me since my extraordinary rendition in 2021. Number 1. In a judgment entered on 1st of March 2017, the Federal High Court Abuja ruled that the IPOB is not an unlawful group. At the time, it received widespread publicity, which can be verified from Vanguard. Well, made by the court before it turned unjust, emerged in a criminal proceeding that required proof beyond reasonable doubt, and in which the federal government and my humble self presented our respective cases. Alas, instead of the federal government going on appeal as the law mandated, the former Attorney General Abubakar Malami went behind closed door with a letter signed by late Abakayari and got IPOB prescribed, tagged as a terrorist group. In an ex parte proceeding conducted without notice to me or the IPOB, this abomination incident was the earliest sign yet that the government and the judiciary have struck an unholy and fraudulent alliance to deny me of my rights and thereby imperil the lives of liberty of millions of who identify with IPOB. Number 2, and on 26th of October 2022, the Federal High Court declared my extraordinary rendition as unconstitutional, saying that the manner of arrest and detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya is wrong. His continued detention in Abuja is subjugation to physical and mental trauma by the respondent, the inhuman and degrading treatment meted out to the application amounts to a brazen violation of Nnamdi Kanu's right to dignity and his person and threat to life under Section 34 of the 1999 Constitution. The court further ordered the federal government to apologize to me and pay me compensation. In a responsible and well-ordered society run by responsible government, this judgment is sufficient to have ended my lengthy detention and encourage the federal government to constructively engage in me on the issues of self-determination, agitation that triggered the whole saga. Well, that is not all on the letter, but that's what I can say for you guys concerning this headline today this morning, which says here that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu writes an open letter saying alleges judicial misconduct. Well, Nnamdi Kanu is right, like seriously. Nnamdi Kanu is right. He just felt that he had to put everything down into writing. Yeah, he felt that put everything down into writing. Like if he did not, this is just a record, because everything that has been happening to Nnamdi Kanu is just against him. Yeah, everything that has been happening to Nnamdi Kanu. I mean, the federal government are showing signs that they don't even feel like releasing this man at all, and they should stop fooling everybody with that stupid cut. If the federal government actually want to release this man, I mean, that ruling that the court said that Nnamdi Kanu that bringing Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya to Nigeria is unjust, that the federal government to apologize. I mean, that one has already forced Nnamdi Kanu release, and they granted Nnamdi Kanu's bail. But you see what the federal government did after that? They revoked the bail. They did all they did to bring Nnamdi Kanu back to the case. Then they brought a corrupt judge that was following their orders, and now you can see where Nnamdi Kanu is at this point in time. It got to the point that Nnamdi Kanu even said that he's not going to be tried. Like he's not going to stand in front of any court to talk anything. No, he said he'd rather stay in prolonged detention than to let than to let a corrupt judge preside over his case. No, until they find a judge who's ready to abide by the rule of law, fine, his case will continue. But as far as it's been tied, no. I mean, it was very clear that the federal government just want to increase his prolonged detention by telling Binta to adjourn the case indefinitely. It was very clear. I mean, what she did, people were actually waiting for it. People know that Nnamdi Kanu now that February 10 case will not be easy for him. People know that Nnamdi Kanu will not be released, and people were expecting that. I mean, people were expecting that the case should be adjourned, but we were not expecting the definitely. And that's why Nnamdi Kanu said to himself that now he had to just write this letter. This letter is all the thing that the federal government have done for him. First of all, prescribing IPOP as a terrorist group. IPOP back in 2017, IPOP was not a terrorist group. IPOP was just like a normal group, just prescribed as a normal group. And Kayari went behind the back. He didn't even go to appeal court. He just went and labeled IPOP terrorist group. And this year again, the Supreme Court now instead of nullifying the judgment of Kayari, they even echoed the saying that yeah, IPOP is a terrorist group. That is just wrong. That is wrong. That is wrong. That things are not done like that. Well, going further into this update this morning, Nnamdi Kanu has made himself clear that he's not going to be tried under this Nigerian stupid system of government. Once they are ready to find a good judge who will abide by the rule of law, Nnamdi Kanu will come back. Drop a comment in the comment section. Don't forget to leave a like on this video. Then tap the subscribe button with the notification bell so that anytime of any new video, you'll be the first to get notified about it. Once again, thank you for tuning in and have a wonderful day ahead of you.